Hey guys, how are you doing? Hi Zarek, hi Bazza, hi Aid, hi Maui. Hey everybody. I have to do something before we start because obviously we're back over on my main channel and I want to get the chat box up on this side. I think I've done it. Test. Is that not working? Is it not working? Thank you, Control 4. Okay. Oh, it is working. There we go. There we go. I fixed it. So, welcome to the demo drop back on my main channel because we've made partner now. Hi, Sam. And yes, hello, Richie. And one of the main things that I like to do is obviously, not that. What's the other thing I like to do? Help you guys, you as artists, to have a platform. So now that we're back on this channel as a partner, I am hoping that it will mean that we will be able to give that platform to more of you music producers and get you some well-deserved exposure. Not like Richie's kind of exposure. If you know, you know. So yeah, welcome in everyone. I've forgotten to drink my water today. Look, what time is it? It's 7 p.m. and I'm only up to 7 a.m. Ha! What a dickhead. There we go. Okay, so I have to be in bed for like 10 p.m. I have with my kidney thing, I have an appointment tomorrow with the surgeon to talk about my kidney and if we're going to be operating. So, what diet? I'm not on a diet. I just do intermittent fasting. I wouldn't call that a diet. A diet to me is something that you do for a bit and then you stop doing it. This is a health thing. I prefer not to eat all the time. So I eat I don't eat for 20 hours of the day. And then I only eat for 4 hours. And I have more energy. My body repairs itself. I make better choices with my food. I don't eat any shit. So, yeah, but it's not a diet. Diets don't work. Don't bother with diets, gang. 4 hours of solid eating, yeah. Okay, on the show today. Where are we? Yeah, I know what you meant, Control 4. But yeah, it's a lifestyle thing now. I love intermittent fasting. I think it works really well for me. Hello, Spooks Tooth. How you doing? Good to have you here. Yeah, so this is the demo drop. If you've not seen it before, if you are new to my channel, then basically what we do is we listen to your music. If you are an up-and-coming or maybe even an established music producer. When I say music producer, it has to be your own work. You can send in remixes, that's fine, but we won't accept like edits or mashups. It's got to be stuff that you've done yourself using MIDI patterns, VSTs, plugins, and using a DAW, that kind of thing. But yeah, I'm not finally caught up on the demo drop submissions, Eric. No, it's a great problem to have, but we are very far back on the submissions. And if you have if you have sent me an email about having your track on here and you haven't heard back yet, it's not that I have looked at it and not liked it. I always get back to you. Always, as soon as I've read an email, I'll always reply back. What it will be is I am very far back. There's a big backlog of emails through illness and Christmas and all those other things. Hi, Electronate. Good to see you. So if you want to have your track fast-tracked to be on the show on the Tuesday, all you need to do is send me a message on Facebook. Don't email. Send me a message on Facebook. I'm going to give you my Facebook link now. Send an inbox message there on a Tuesday before 4 p.m. UK time on a Tuesday, and I'll put your track on the show that day. I'll put your but you just need to send me your email address so that I know whose tune it is. Hello, Carbs. Hi. Is that one of Arctic Barbers? I think I remember now. Hello. So without further ado, we are going to the first one. Hi, Elysian. How you doing? Hi, DJ Biff. The first track that we're going to be listening to is one of my students. This is DJ Bazza. So DJ Bazza, he's in the chat at the moment. He's been coming to me for music production one-to-one. So I've been teaching him how to use FL Studio, and he's made a track while we were doing the lesson together, and he's gone and finished it. I haven't listened to it yet from what you did when we were in the studio together, Bazza. So we're going to listen to this together and see what it sounds like. Here we go. Let me just find it. Okay. Okay, so there you go. That is my student Bazza, who taking what I taught him from scratch, bearing in mind he's never used FL Studio before. I think, well, we've done 2 lessons now, haven't we? We've done 12 hours of teaching, so a day, and we've got him to this point now. I think you should be really proud of yourself. Arrangement wise, it just needs a little bit of tweaking, a little bit of automation in the breakdown where the bass stops abruptly. Needs a drone bass for the breakdown area, so it needs like a secondary bass that will come in just for the breakdown. There was like an effects sound at the beginning, so like your down riser was far too loud, so that needs to be brought down in your mixer. Another lead or another pad following the da, 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 could come in later, just to break that up a little bit. I think I've played the mastered version. So you've used the mastering tool that is on FL. You actually showed me this because I wasn't aware that it exists on this newer version of FL. I do feel like it was a little bit bouncy in like that it's maybe limiting a little bit too much, which might be losing dynamics. And I felt like the kick probably was losing its presence because of that, probably. However, that is all completely normal for this being your very first track. Like, I wish I made something that sounded like this on my first track. That would have been awesome. But, you know, you have got a lot of enthusiasm for this. And I know that you will find your own way with it. The things that I like to teach are, I like to teach the actual technical side of things. I don't like to try to assume too much what you want to be, who you want to be as an artist, because I think that needs to come from you. But what I do like to do is show you how to do it. So we went through things like shaping your sounds, which is really important. So like we went through using the volume envelope or a filter envelope to shorten samples, maybe even add a bit of release, which kind of gives it a reverby effect. How to layer your kicks, your claps, why that's important, setting up bus groups in the mixer. We even got round to you how to mix down and teaching you to use your ears and each individual instrument that you're bringing up. I even got you to close your eyes, didn't I? And then work out what instrument needs to be sit where. And it's really interesting when you do that, because when you just like throwing stuff in, everything's at 0. You think, oh yeah, this is it. And then you start doing your mix down, and things like hi-hats can end up being at like minus 20 dB, and it still sound like I can still hear them, kind of thing. And it's crazy. It's crazy. But all of these things that you're doing, that's why I like to teach you. I've enjoyed teaching you everything from, you know, from shaping the sounds and choosing the right sounds in the beginning. We didn't even EQ anything until much later on. And then when I showed you EQing, and we were only doing subtractive EQ, we weren't doing anything else, and how that also allows then for space for your other instruments. But this is just touching on the surface of things. There's so many other layers, and how and so many things that you'll learn now that you understand the basics. to get your track sounding even better. So yeah, it's I'm just reading the messages that you're putting. That was EQ. Well, when we had our but when I'm saying we EQ'd it, we were just doing some like basic, just taking stuff out that didn't need to be there, you know, sub-region stuff that didn't want to be there, or just and very very gentle slopes on stuff. And I think we went into shelf EQ a little bit as well, didn't we? But yeah, just very, very basic stuff, because it can be overwhelming. And you know what it's like, Control 4. You can end up making things so much worse really quickly if you start messing around too much with it. However, that is all part of the learning process. So also, Bazza, regard what I say and disregard what I say. I want you to make mistakes and learn from them. Okay? It's really important. Really important. In other words, I want you to suffer. Oh. I found that high passing everything could make the overall sound thin. Yes. Yes, it does. Thank you. And thank you for the bits. Yeah, you're completely right. I think also this is a bad habit that has been picked up by advice on social media, to top and tail every single sample, not leave anything in the lower regions. And I understand that to a point. I think that's more important for live recording samples that you've recorded that might have like a noise floor issue, rumble in the room from the mic, that kind of thing. But when it comes to samples that you've got it from a sample pack, generally, they won't need compressing. We didn't even do any compression on this track. Thank you, Bazza. I'm just glad that it's helped. But yeah, there's so much more to it. There is so much more to it. But that's what I enjoy doing is teaching how to use the the software, and streamlining it a bit as well. So like with your browser, and just understanding your shortcuts, just to make certain things, repetitive things, a little bit more easy to do. But yeah, I'm really proud of you, mate. Well done. Yeah, well, this is the point. Bazza says that I could spend a lifetime learning and still not be a master. Exactly. I had an inbox the other day from someone who apparently was a master at making music. And then when I asked him to send me one of his tracks, he couldn't. If you tell me you're a master, I'm going to tell you, no, you're not. You're a masturbator. That's what you are. You're a big wanker liar. Steve, whatever your name was. Fucking master. Shut up. If you're a master at making music, right, you don't say it, do you? You don't fucking say it, because you just are it. Like me going around, I am a human. Oh my God. Honestly, some people are just, I'm not even going to get into it at the moment, but yeah. You will never be a master. And that's the point of music production, because you'll never, ever get bored with it. You'll get frustrated, but you'll work through it. It's called the pit of learning. You'll get great feelings of what's the word for it? You'll be proud of yourself when you overcome hurdles, when you don't understand something, but then you sit there and you'll watch stuff, or you'll just try things out and just learn it little bit, chip away at it bit by bit, and you'll feel such a sense of accomplishment. But we're all in the same boat. Yeah, exactly, Martin. Yeah. We're all in the same boat, and none of us are going to be masters, because then what else is there? It's a bit like a boxer who's got to the top of his game, beat everyone, got every single belt under the sun. Now what? No, you'll never have that with music production. There'll always be new stuff to try out. There'll always be new techniques. There'll always be different plugins, VSTs. You can even try making your own. It's awesome. But yeah, thank you. Can I just say massive thank you to Imperator for 500 bits. What a sweetheart. Thank you. Control 4, thank you for all the bits as well. Master is someone who made all mistakes possible within a narrow field. Yeah, and getting comfortable with making mistakes. Be comfortable with being shit at something. Because the more that you do it, the more that you'll learn from your mistakes, the better you'll get. That goes from DJing, music production, anything. Yeah, Electronate says, I can name a lot of masters though. Yeah, but you're calling them a master. My issue is when someone calls themselves a master, when they have nothing to show for it. You know, that is obviously not true. Next up, we've got my friend NautiKat, and she's made a track called Work That Body. Again, NautiKat is another friend of mine who didn't produce and now is starting producing. I need to share Bazza's links with you guys. Go and give him a follow, please. Thank you. So NautiKat is a friend of mine from the US. I've been friends with her for about 20 odd years. And yeah, she's awesome. So she started making music. So we're going to listen to her track next. Here we go.
Work my body, move my body. 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 Work my body, moves my body, 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 body,
So there we go. This is NautiKat Work That Body. So I like this. I think that it's bearing in mind that Kelly hasn't been producing for very long at all. I thought the arrangement was a bit random, but in a cool techno kind of way. There could have been a bit more variation in this before the breakdown and then a bit after as well. I think right near the end there I could hear like an acid line coming in. I would like to have heard that a little bit sooner. Maybe a bit more automation in certain areas just to give a little bit more fluidity to each section. Maybe some effects would tie it in a bit more. However, that might just be subjective, that I'm saying that, a subjective thing. I would have liked to have heard some cymbal crashes, because cymbal crashes kind of like help to tie in and denote where we are within the phrases, which is quite important for DJs. It's not a big deal. Again, in techno, whether you have cymbal crashes or not, or where they land, it doesn't need to be, you know, an exact science. That might just be, again, my conditioning that I have high. I like to put cymbal crashes denoting the first beat of the bar every 16 or maybe 32. That doesn't really apply that much with techno, to be fair. And I would have liked to have heard a bit more variation with the percussion. So like some rides, some washy rides would have been really nice. Parts of that, just to kind of give it that lift without having to bring in another instrument or another element. Rides, especially in techno, bringing those rides in can be a big filler, and just to create some energy. I felt like in the breakdown, the gap between the drop and the bit just before it, that could have been tied in a lot more to bring more energy into it. That could be as simple as having like a trauma string, adding a bit of like white noise side chained, adding a snare roll, kick roll. Hi, Johnny. And yeah, that kind of thing would bring a little bit more variation to the arrangement. But again, what I'm saying here are the things that I think that Kelly will naturally now go and explore on her next track, because you get started. Hi NautiKat, we've just listened to your tune. It's okay, you can watch it back anyway. But yeah, I think that you have done a really good job here, and I've just said a few things that I think will be helpful for your next track. So I would say this track's done. Don't worry about anything that I've said to change it now. I would just take on board what you think resonates with you. Disregard anything that doesn't. But yeah, I think you've done a really good job, my darling, and you should be really proud of yourself. Yeah, I'm not sure if you've used any VSTs yet or anything, or if this is all like audio clips put together. But I think what will happen pretty soon is you'll grow out of just using audio clips and start to maybe use more VSTs, like a synth or a sampler, using more MIDI. Yeah, I thought that would be the case, but that's completely normal. Like that's what we do in the beginning, is we find a sample pack and we just pop everything in, but that's now something that you need to grow out of and now start to put in other elements yourself. The problem with using loops for everything is you won't have a lot of control over them. So for things like I mentioned before you got here, rides, putting your rides in, yeah, you can use a loop for your rides, but you won't have a lot of control because it will already have the delay and the reverb on it. It will already have the any velocity that's been put into that clip. You won't be able to change the shape of the hi-hat, the pitch of it. It's quite, you can, but not like you could with a one shot. So I would like you next to look at starting to use a sampler with one shots for your hi-hats, your closed hi-hats, your open hi-hats, your rides, your snare, and maybe start layering your kicks. When you talk about layering, are you talking about a center, left and right clap or kick? So 3 sounds. A center, left and right. You mean panning? Possibly. It could be panning. It could also be, for example, I might like the click of the attack of one kick. So that would be one layer. I'd just use that and I would shape it. So I've just got that. And then I might like the body of the next kick. So I'll use that for my punch. And then I also might like a gate, like the whoom sound. If it's something like European hard trance or whatever, I might like that for the more subby area. So then I would shape that. So I would have like a longer attack in the envelope so that nothing happens on the click or the body, but you just hear it come up on the gate, like on the offbeat. So that's another way that layering could be a thing. And then you've got EQ. So you would, with the click, you would have a high pass. On the body, you would have it more mid, not MIDI, as in a MIDI pattern, mid-ish range. You probably wouldn't want to do a lot of EQing, like maybe just a little bit of gentle EQing, and then the gated bit would maybe be a bit more subby. There's many. Layering can be many things, but panning would be a part of it. Yeah, you could also, the other good thing about having layers is one of those layers you could add saturation to, for example, on a clap. But the difference between putting the saturation over the whole clap and just putting it on a layer of a clap is you're not going to overwhelm. It's not going to sound over processed, but you still get that nice saturation from it. Oh, thank you, Silent Letter. Yeah, where is the link? Can you send me a reminder next Tuesday, and I'll promise I'll get it on for next Tuesday. I'm so sorry, mate. Yeah, send me I have to go to bed straight after this because I've got a meeting about my kidney first thing. But if you could please just send me a reminder message on Facebook next week, and I will put it on for you then. So that's my Facebook. But yeah, layering kicks is a great, or layering your instruments in general is a really wonderful way of getting your own sound, getting things to, lock in. Things like phase inversion as well. So that's a thing when you do layering. So you can always try flipping the phase of certain layers. I'll probably do another music production live stream soon, and I'll just do a track, and then you guys can just watch what I'm doing. I've been having issue with drums not being able to cut through my mix. Are you using a limiter or a compressor, Zarek? Because that might be the issue. Okay, Bazza, no worries. But well done, NautiKat. We love you. Next up, we've got InaPhect and Runnin. Oh, that's what I was asking about layering. Okay, cool. Yeah, it might just be that the layer that you're layering needs to just, because it can just take a long time. Not a long time. It can take a little bit of time to understand what you're listening for. And if you're putting any compression and limiting, and you're hitting into the limiter, you're not allowing yourself to be able to hear what's going on with the dynamics of the sound, with the transients. So it's all going to sound like the same noise. That's why you probably shouldn't have one on when you're doing this kind of thing. Well done, NautiKat. We love you. So next up, we've got InaPhect, and this is a track called Runnin. There we go. That is Runnin by InaPhect. Really, really nice tune. Really nice tune. I think the only thing that I would change on this is not having the vocal doing the chorus that many times. That's probably the only critique. Well, it is. It's the only thing that was sticking out to me as being too repetitive, was just using the run away, run away. I think it was going over like 32 plus 16 bars at least near that end bit. Maybe instead break it up with like a counter melody, like a nice little pluck or something to fill in that space when the vocal's not there, or maybe an acid line, something like that. But other than that, perfect. I loved it. I thought it just sounded everything sounded in place. I liked the kind of progressive trance element to it, or even progressive breaks, kind of like real life drums in there. And I also liked the weird arrangement of things. It wasn't sticking to 16, 32, 8. And I liked that. I liked that for it. Maybe on the long side, it's 7 minutes 25. So the fact that I'm bringing up that I thought that the runaway vocal chorus was going on a bit too much, you could definitely just cut that out near the end, and not have to have it repeating that many times. Bring it down to around 6 minutes if you wanted. Just don't need to do anything that I say. But that's what I would do. But it's your song and I love it. I think it's brilliant. Easy to get seduced by a nice sound and have it played too long. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's difficult, isn't it? Because if it works, you want it in. You want it in there. That's why taking a bit of a step back from our music's helpful. Listen to it from the other room is a good idea. Switch the monitors off, that kind of thing. My mate sent me his 12-minute track the other day. Is his name Ricardo Villababus or Scott Project? Some tracks work at 12 minutes. Like, you know, you never know. You never know. That's a good go for a poo track, isn't it? Just stick that on, go for a shit. No, anyway. Next up, we have got the amazing Ruff mate, who I know is in the chat right now because I've just seen him and I've just said hello to him. So this is a remix with Sökare and Tage of Redshift Kin. So here we go. There we go. That is Redshift, Kin, Ruff, Sökare and Tage remix. Yeah, I would call this musical ASMR. The hi-hats are I really like them. I like how you've where you've put them in the mix. But right at that end bit there, I thought that they were just going on a little bit too long and they needed a little bit of movement to them. So maybe you could have washed it out near the end with a bit of an automation of like some delay, something like that. Or maybe even like a trill kind of thing, just to kind of like prick up the ear again. So, you know, like that kind of exponential kind of like tick, tick. But I really liked it. Controlful says arrangement could use some work. I liked the arrangement. Strange, isn't it, how we have different subjective views on things like arrangement and stuff. It felt very, very journeyful. I didn't feel like I was listening to a piece of music at one point. I felt like I was listening to a story, and I was kind of like in the story in my mind. The arrangement felt strange for me. Yeah, exactly. Because you make you make psytrance, don't you? And that's a bit more structured than the ambient stuff. In fact, it would be a really good little project for everyone to just try and make a piece of music like this and see how different it is, and pay like disregard to the grid and quantize, and just go with what feels right. Yeah, Red Misty, I completely agree with you. So Red Misty said, I found it a little disjointed at first, but then it all seemed to pull together. Yes, it's kind of like setting it up. So comedians are very good at this. They set something up and then they create this tension in the room, and then at just the right moment that tension gets resolved and released. And creating those moments and knowing when to disperse of that and when to release it, it's an art form in itself. That's what I felt from this. It sounded very kind of I was going to say dyslexic then. Can you get dyslexic music? I fucking hope so. Oh, that would be amazing. I've just made a new genre. Wow. Yeah, the story of this is really important. And that's what I got from it. It was like, where are we going with this at the beginning? Where are we going? Where is this taking us? But then when we got to that breakdown, then when it all came back in, you know, it was a really nice resolve. I liked it. I liked it a lot. And your question was, did you think that it was two separate tracks, and that vocal should be used for something else? No. I like it how it is. It's really weird. Really weird. But it resolved. It wasn't weird for no reason. It made me feel something specific. And if it can do that, then you've done a good job. Because if you can do that in a piece of music, then guess what? You can do it for music for the moving image. You can do it for adverts. If you're able to express that emotion through music, then you've opened up a whole gaming music. If you're able to do that, then you really, 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 really good at what you do. So yeah, keep doing it. At this level, it doesn't matter if people like it or not. That's not the point at all. The point is how it's made you, how it's made people feel. Yeah, it was brilliant. Very, very, very intelligent and different, and I liked it. Hi, Dandy Crouch. How do I submit? Finished something the weekend, but it's only a remix. Okay, so can you see at the top there's a pinned Ujima What's It? You can have a look there, or you just put the control demo drop. Sorry, it is ! Demo drop. There you go. So send one track to amberdpromo@gmail.com. Head the email demo drop. Head the email demo drop. Really, 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 really important that you head the email demo drop. If you don't, it won't get seen. Leave your social media links. Please don't leave any expiring links like WeTransfer. What else? Send audio as a SoundCloud or a Dropbox link. Label your audio file correctly. Please label it properly. I need your artist name and the name of the track. If you need to send an updated version, reply on the same email thread. So there you go. Cool. Oh, Lance, really? Oh, okay. I look forward to hearing what that amazing news is. I think I might have an idea what it is already. Mate, what a legend. Yeah, well done, the Ruff mate. Guys, make sure you go and follow the Ruff mate on SoundCloud. Support each other, please. Thank you. Next up, we've got Martin Guy. And I know, Ladu, it's massive, isn't it? It's my water. Because of my kidney, I have to drink a lot of water now. Martin Guy, and this is called Leeson. So here we go. There we go. It's Martin Guy and Lesson, not Lesen. I really like it. It had these great psytrance elements to it, but also it felt quite trancey. My only criticism or feedback would be it could just do with another mix down, because your bass isn't loud enough. It sounded like the da-da-da-da-da-da, they were louder than the bass line. So that was kind of giving this imbalance. And your snare rolls were a little bit too loud in the mix. Control 4 says, I felt the bass was good. Yeah, I think the bass was good as well. I just don't think it was loud enough in the mix. I think that, or another way of putting it would be the snare rolls need to come down a bit in volume, and possibly that lead sound. Yeah. But I would definitely say that needs another mix down. But yeah, like we are nitpicking here. You can definitely sort that out. In terms of the content of the track, I loved it. It was really uplifting. I loved that vocal. And I loved the little texture bits. You got some little gated in there and stuff. I felt like there was a lot of work that's gone into this and a lot of nice ear candy. I didn't feel at any point bored throughout the whole thing. I felt like I was really enjoying it. So yeah, really, really nice. Thank you for sending it in. And guys, make sure you go and follow Martin Guy, please. I have seen him improve with his music production. How long have you been doing this show now? Let me just put your thing in here. We've been doing this for like 4 years? Probably 4? Yeah, years. Ha! Every week, near enough. Yeah, and you've been sending tracks in for just over a year. I've seen such an improvement. You did that. You did that. Scared to send mine in? Not gonna lie, says Nath. Everyone's always scared. You should be scared because it's, you know, you feel vulnerable. You spent a lot of time learning how to make music and creating something. You don't want to, because it can ruin our sense of self-esteem. So if you're feeling scared, just see how we are with people on the show over time, and you'll see you are in a, and I don't like to use a word anymore because it's been used in lots of weird ways, but it is a safe space. It is a safe space. I will make sure that no one says shitty things about your music. I wouldn't have that. Anything that we're saying is in a passionate, enthusiastic way of helping you. But I didn't share any of my work with anyone for probably 5 years at least, because I was so caught up in my ego of needing it to be perfect. Like, it was a very big thing for me when I started music production was I'll show 'em, like that kind of attitude. And yeah, it kind of worked to a degree, but when it I lost my ego with it. Yeah, I suffered enough pain with it, definitely. But you have to get to that place in order. You're not just born knowing how to release yourself of the ego. You have to have a strong sense of ego, and not ego's fine. Everyone's got ego, and that's okay. It's when it for me, it was driving more than I was. So that was then affecting my ability to share any of my work. I was far too critical, hypercritical about it, and I was doing it for the wrong reasons. My intention was to show them, but no one cares anyway. Like, they don't give a fuck. Imagine if, like, someone that you don't like then starts making, like, amazing music. You'd be like, oh yeah, fuck off, wanker. Like, you still wouldn't be impressed. So, like, I just like, well, what am I trying to prove? Who am I trying to prove it to? Like, what is the fucking point in this? Yeah, I suffered a lot with that. And then I let it all go. And now I have so much fun with it. And I have so much fun sharing that vulnerability. Still a wanker. Exactly. But it was all fear. I had a lot of fear in me. I felt very judged by people. I felt like I judged myself a lot. And it was all intertwined in my own mental health at the time. And yeah, it's just a relief not to be in that place anymore. But I do understand, like, how precious this is. And I just want you to know that when you do show your work on here, Nath, that we will treat it with respect. Yeah, shadow work. Absolutely. It's very important. And it's also really important for your creativity. So I've spoke about this recently, something that I was going back and forth with was my need for everything to be perfect. And I had a great chat with Guy. And Guy said to me, and this is to do with my music production, Guy said, why don't you just pretend you're a bedroom producer? And I was like, oh, yes, I can do that. Because if you're a bedroom producer, it doesn't matter. You can experiment more. You can take more risks. You can be more free with your expression. You can do more blue sky thinking because it doesn't matter because you're the only person that's listening to it. And you're a bedroom producer. And I loved that. I was like, okay, I'm going to stop trying to make everything I do into a release. There's been loads of stuff that I've made and I'm never going to release it. Even though it's 90% there, I'm not going to release it because I know I'm doing better every single time. Yes, Richie, exactly that. But yeah, it really helped me to remind myself to think of myself as a bedroom producer because then there's no expectations and there's no pressure. So yeah, that was really helpful. Electric Nate says, I'm obsessed with combination genres. Cool. Yeah, a lot of stuff is a mishmash these days. Dandy Crouch says, won't release, but would you play it out? Yeah, I'll play it on my live streams and stuff. There's been a few things. Or I might give it to a few people. But yeah, Control Falls right there. We have to get out the mentality of who's better or worse. It's just being creative at the end of the day. Yeah, it's just about being creative. It's all about intention. Do you want to make music because you want to feed your ego? That's okay. But just know what it is. Just know why you're doing it. Do you want people to give you a pat on the back? Do you want girls to give you fellatio or boys to kiss you on the lips? You want people to respect you more because of your music? Is that what you need? Do you need external validation? Is that going to really is it really going to make you happy to get a Beatport top 10? Or should we think about finding validation inside of us? Have a little think about it. Or don't, it's up to you. Do what you want. Next up, we've got Luke, Anyon, and this is Laser. Take validation with the fellatio. I knew it! There we go. Laser by Luke. Anyon. I absolutely love it. Absolutely loved that. It was really nice to listen to. I loved the pads, the quite heavy side chaining of those pads was really nice. Your bleepy counter melody, that rumbly bass kick, bassy kick. Yeah, it was lovely. Yep, nicely arranged, says Irish Steve. Really, really good quality track. I'd say it's finished as well, Luke. Definitely. Make sure you go and follow Luke, please. Wow. Keep sending them in, mate. Yeah, that's why I started stuttering, Nath, because I was just thinking in my head, buttery biscuit base. Oh! Yeah, you are. And don't you think that, like, the way that we improve, we all know it is just by finishing a track and getting on to doing the next one. Well done. Next up, we've got the Arctic Barbers back once again with another one of those block rocking beats. This time it's called The Power of Arkanus. Not anus, Arkanus. Here we go. my goodness. Work in progress. Nah, that's a done deal. Done. Yeah, awesome. Awesome sauce. Loved it. Loved everything about it. I am sick to the back teeth of hearing cookie cutter trance. And this is a really good example of the absolute opposite of that. So done with it. I get sent so many promos and they are just all the same. It was so nice to hear something that I will remember from the first listen. Loved it. If my work in progress were like that, I wouldn't have 88,888 finished tracks. I know, right? Yeah, I loved it. You guys work so well together. So well balanced. Really good selection of sounds in that. And the very cinematic breakdown. So cool. So cool. Get following, gang. Thank you for sending in another tune. Next up, we've got Wilson Serrano. Wilson Serrano, this is his first collab with someone called MindBeat, and featuring Charlie Albers, and this is called Forward.
Move forward.
Wilson Serrano, Take a Bow. So this is Wilson Serrano's first collaboration with MindBeat and the voice of Charlie Albers. Awesome. Great ideas. Again, another example of something very original. Authentic would be a better way to say it. Stuff like this needs to be signed more often to labels that aren't taking enough risks with their signings, with their releases. People are sticking to what works a little bit too much. And I would like to see more of this kind of stuff get signed. I think Wilson self-releases. So it's not such a big deal these days if labels aren't going to, you know, understand how good you are. Or the other problem is people forget this aspect of themselves and then start to make music to get on a label, which is also fine. It's also fine, but try and do it from an authentic place, because otherwise you might become too scared to try things differently. And I like this. I liked it a lot. I thought that it was really well put together. Thank you, Wilson. Thank you for sending it in. Next up, this is Sam G, and this is Happy. Oh, that was Sam G and Happy. I love the name of that tune. I think it really works with everything about that tune. I definitely felt happy listening to it. I love the vocal. I just need to say thank you as well to Kutski. Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you. Welcome in, everybody. So yeah, we're back doing the demo drop on my main channel now. If you don't know what the demo drop is, basically we listen to your music that you've made, all the instructions. If you have something that you'd want to submit, are here. And yeah, we just help each other with their musical journey, geek out about our favourite plugins, talk about what we think about the track, give you feedback on your track. Yeah, we've been doing it for about 4 years now. I really, really enjoy doing these shows. I get very inspired when I hear all the stuff that you guys have been making. Helps me to get out of my own head sometimes with my own sometimes lack of ideas. So yeah, it's good for us all to be accountable and show our music, be brave. And yeah, so if you have got any music that you'd like us to listen to, please send it in. But yeah, that last track, amazing. Sam G, thank you very much for sending this in. Unfortunately, I don't have a SoundCloud for Sam G, but I'll try and find it and put it on the YouTube details. But yeah, that was an awesome track. I love the pianos in it. I found it very emotive, very expressionate. Again, there's been a number of tracks tonight that we've heard, trance tunes, which have got epic vocals in and have really took us on a journey. And you guys need to be celebrated more. I really hope. There you go, Sam. There you are. Yay. Yeah, thank you, Sam. Make sure you do. I'm so proud of you, mate. I don't know how long you've been producing for, but that tune was epic. I loved it. Such a great tune. Thank you so much for sending it in.